are back live. Call Your Girlfriends in Virginia. And today, I, Lori, am hosting. I have a loaded topic. These ladies have no idea what it is. We're going to give you guys a few moments to come on in the room. We're going to just chit-chat for a second until you get it situated. Who just came in? Somebody just came in. Hey, whoever it is. I can't see that far. Good to see you nonetheless.
Oh, hey, Kiana.
Yeah. Hey.
I'm like, Krishan is on though. Hi, Krishan.
Hi, Krishan.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Krishan. Yeah, that's right, because you'll see your friends.
Yes, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm not watching
Yes,
this.
yeah.
I should have been Lori's one because she's the main admin too.
So how's everybody's day?
Tired, child. Tired. You want the truth or you want to lie? Tired.
I'm tired of myself today, which was weird, but it's okay.
I hear you.
It's only Tuesday. Doesn't mean we're going to stop.
It doesn't feel like it's Tuesday though. I feel like it's Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah.
It's just because of the cloudiness. I felt like it's
I went out for a walk when it was sunny.
Was I there?
Lord Jesus.
Come on in the room, y'all. Like my grandma used to say, come on in the room.
Hey, Sharon.
Hi, Sharon.
Hey, Sharon.
Like, share, subscribe. Isn't that what they say?
Yes, ma'am.
Isn't that
what
what
she
they say?
Like, share, subscribe.
And please go
You
ahead
whispering,
and
girl? You whispering?
please share our live right now. You can go to the bottom left-hand corner and hit share it to your own page so that other viewers can see us live.
Please do that.
Thank you.
Yes.
You know what else? This is 5:30 Central Time. We've been saying 6:30, and I think a couple people missed us because they were waiting for 6:30 their time. So it's 6:30 Eastern Standard Time and 5:30 Central. So we just wanted to put that out there so you guys don't miss it. And for those that are watching on the replay, if you're late, next week you'll be with it. You'll be on time. Okay?
Got it.
Got it. So I'm going to just introduce myself and allow my co-hosts to introduce themselves in case you missed us last week. We don't want to assume that we're already famous and popular. We're not going to assume that. So we're going to introduce ourselves. Again, I am Lori. I'm the host for today. And to my right is...
Sunny. How are you, ladies? Doing okay today?
Doing okay.
Hope everybody's doing good. It's good to be back to talk to you guys. And I'm looking forward to seeing and hearing what Lori got on this piece of paper. Over here we have,
I'm Nikki.
And I'm Madam Q.
wow, you know who the talkers are.
Yeah.
And we are the girlfriends of Call Your Girlfriends in VA. Okay, so we look forward to chit-chatting with you. We want to interact with you guys today. So if you have questions, comments, put them in the comments. We are here for it. We want to see the hearts going up. If we say something,
Male, female,
male or female, that you can
want to hear from
agree with, we definitely want to get that feedback from you guys because we want to know how you feel on these subjects. So we're gonna get started. I guess it's enough. We got enough folks in the room. We can get it going.
Yeah, we did. Ashley's on. She said, "Hey, ladies.
Hey, Ashley.
Hey, how are you?
Welcome. Okay, so this question is loaded, and you don't know me, but I can't never get a short version of the story. That's just the moral of the story. I'm no longer saying long story short. I don't know how to do that. So I'm just going to present my question and we'll figure it out once it's out there. So here's the situation. It says, when you're in a situation and you have been offended, hurt, mistreated, anything like that, by someone that is either your family, someone you were in a relationship with, a friendship with, and you've chosen to forgive this person. So you're good. Grudges, you're at peace with it, you're good. Only to find out from whatever form of interaction with this person is that they are still the same person. They either feel like they were the victim in that situation, or they feel like, it was I wasn't at fault. What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. Or they just still have the same mindset as they had about the offense. So here's the question. Do you allow that person back in your space? Do they have a right to be in your life because you've forgiven them? Let's talk about it.
I think that everybody has the reason, season, lifetime.
Okay.
So I think that you need to evaluate that. Like, is that someone? Because if it's family,
If their lifetime.
Yeah, they're
love it.
Not necessarily.
Right. Yeah. You got something that you be like, I'm gonna sacrifice this person and make them out to be an example. Yeah. Yeah. If it's gonna rob me of my peace, then you got to go.
Mhm.
Right.
Then I'm gonna do with you accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
Long.
That's a good one because it's like what happened depends on how bad I take it and how much I can forgive or not forgive. But most of the time, I'll probably, it's like life is too short. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
And then I'm gonna love you from a distance. Like I really never stop caring about the people I've always cared about. You know what I mean? But I do notice that things sometimes need to change, and that's cool. But can we still hang out occasionally? Yes. I mean,
See, I believe that my personal preference, that you should forgive everybody because you're forgiving for yourself, not necessarily for them.
Mm-hmm.
However, I don't think that everybody should be allowed back in your personal space or your life or to share something with you that they lost out on. They did what they did, or they behaved as they behaved, or they mistreated you how they mistreated you. And if it's multiple times, because it's happened to me
I was
before.
about to say, hold on, girl. Like you're three times before you will.
Because I'm a one that I forgive, and I'm like, okay, well, everybody deserves a second chance, third chance, because I love everybody. However, sometimes you just have to put your foot down because, like you said, if it's going to rob your peace, if it's going to bring drama and chaos to your life, why? Why would you have that person around? Why would you? Doesn't mean that you don't forgive them, but I can be mutual respect from you from afar.
I have to say with Gloria, she says they have no right to be in your presence. They are repeat offenders.
I was also going to ask you, well, it would also depend on maybe what they're doing. Like, at the end of the day, some people are just annoying. Like, I've met annoying people, I can be annoying.
But I feel
sometimes.
like the basis of what she said was you've asked for forgiveness. You think that we have moved on. We're going on. I'm going on. But how come you aren't?
Right, and they circle back and try to put it like, well, this is how I feel about it or whatever. But didn't y'all already go past that?
Right.
I mean, you can't allow someone back in your personal space or in your presence if they can't get past it themselves and forgive you for something.
Friends? No, I'm just kidding. I mean, the pity party
people. Does happen.
There's a lot of pity party people in the world. Right. There's a lot of victims.
I feel like sometimes those are the people you kind of keep at a distance. Unfortunately, you already know what to expect from them. You know what I'm saying? You're kind of like, oh, that's how they're gonna be. Like, I mean, energy-wise, I wouldn't want the energy. Right. And so myself, it's not that I'm not cool with you. I don't know you. Or I don't accept your apology. But I'm gonna definitely, I probably wouldn't have done as much with you as I would with my other friends anyway, because I already know that you're a pity party person.
Well, you're the
pity party person. Say that really fast.
Right. But what if it wasn't someone that was like that?
Well, what if they genuinely did you dirtball? They did you wrong, but they still want a space in your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, can you really trust that person that you're not gonna be a repeat offender, Gloria? Can you trust it? I'm putting myself back in I'm letting you back in my space. How do I know this is not going to be a reoccurring situation?
Well, I mean, I would think that maybe if you let them, like me, allowing them 1, 2, 3, 4 chances, you know what I mean? At that point, if they're continuing, like Gloria says, over repeat offender, at that point you have no choice but to love them from a distance. Doesn't mean you hate them, but you don't need them in. If you try to have the conversation, but clearly if they continue,
I'm pretty direct, so I'd be like, what the heck?
Yeah, but sometimes direct people are like, no, this is what you did. No, this is what you did. Your opinion is different than my opinion about a certain situation that we're involved in. So who's to say you're right and who's to say I'm wrong?
I'm not saying that I would have a conversation maybe about you. This is what you did. This is what you did. I would just have the conversation as to. I see you're still feeling some kind of way.
Right.
Where can we go with this?
But some people can't handle the conversations like that. You know what I mean?
But I think
then
if you have
but
if you have that conversation and they can't handle that conversation, they would probably excuse themselves from your life.
I think they would probably make it more of a chaos than excuse themselves from your life.
And what type of benefit? What kind of benefit are they getting from you to still want to be around you?
Right.
That they
if they see that you are miserable, and we've had this conversation because we're friends and I'm outspoken, why are you still putting yourself? What are you getting? What are you benefiting? Driving me nuts.
Having them. For them wanting to be your friend. Because I think deep down inside that person probably feels that they did wrong, that they did do you wrong, and they want to be closer to you as a friend. But how can they? If their character is that way, how can they can only
it's
change
a character
themselves.
Flaw.
Exactly.
Right.
You know what I've discovered? Some people are great people, but they're not great in relationships.
True.
Yeah,
I've been in
that's true.
friendships where I'm like defending the person, like, oh, they're smart, they're talented.
Yes.
I'm like, what does any of that have to do
Yes,
with this
yes,
friendship?
yes,
Nothing.
yes.
Like, you're a great person. I can't deny that. Like,
Right.
you're amazing, but you're not good for me. Like, this isn't good.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, and I think that happens in relationships, friendships, family
Co-workers,
members,
family,
coworkers.
Yeah.
You're a great person. You're not just great for this position. You're not good for this position. You know, it can happen all the way around. It doesn't mean they're a bad person. They're just probably not somebody that you need in your bubble, in your energy level. That's why, you know.
I think you have to be mature enough to separate that, because a lot of times, like, when you're offended, you just cut the person off, or you just got beef with them, or whatever.
But sometimes it's easier too.
Yeah.
Just
But-
cut them off.
Yeah.
True,
But is
but-
it necessary?
It's not always necessary, I don't
I think we talked about that before too.
Yeah.
And I think
I'm
because
sure
people
we
don't know how to have conversations these
Right.
days, they're, you know, if you want to sit down and talk to somebody, it's like, oh, we can text. It happened to me with a
We
friendship that
can
went
text.
sour, that we're no longer friends because I wanted to sit down and have a conversation about why this person felt the way they did and why they, you know, and have them
Texting
hear
can
mine.
definitely-
But they would
Oh,
rather
mess you up.
text. When you read text in anywhere,
You
anything's
lose the
misconstrued.
emotions.
So it's like,
yeah.
at the end of the day, it's like, really, how is that a friendship if you guys can't sit down and talk to one another?
You have to
Uh,
slow
well-
walk your way back into it. Go ahead.
Monique says one and done.
Come on, Monique, life's short. They were having a bad week.
Right. But I think sometimes it depends on how bad the hurt is. Like, sometimes
Yes.
you're just not ready for that sit
I'm
down.
sorry, can't you just
Like,
take a break?
Like, let's text first. Like, let's be cordial, and then we
Right.
can work our way up to phone.
Yeah.
Then we can work our way up to lunch, and then
No.
maybe back into the.
But I
conversation.
like
I
even
agree with that.
even texting you sometimes. You are very clear about
I'm
this
done
is not a
talking right
text.
now.
This is not a text thing.
Some stuff
Yeah, and I
gotta
can
look in
respect
your
that.
eyes. Yeah, I
Yeah,
got some
yeah.
situations, if I feel like, especially with us, because we're a group, we got a group text thing going, and if we, you know, have
It gets fiery sometimes.
if we have a situation we just not agreeing, which I mean is normal. You know? Sometimes I'll say like in person, because I need to look at you. I need to be able to see what your
But
body
I can
is
respect
saying.
that. Like, we're
Yeah.
not even gonna go down this road. We're not even gonna
Because
make it
what will happen if we
anything.
continue is everybody's gonna get confused. You're gonna take it, you know, out
Right,
of context,
right.
and then that's something else we gotta deal with on top of
And
it.
then I'm gonna read it 50 million hours later.
And she said,
And laugh out
and then I
loud.
said it, and then
And
she
then you input your tone, how you would be saying it, or how you think that person would be
Right.
saying it.
Right.
But no, like,
And my tone is the worst. And I always have to be like, no, I'm really not upset. I'm just saying because I'm just saying.
I use emojis for everything, and someone always says, "Are you just trying to be sarcastic, or are you just
Like,
trying
what
to
is
be
that? I'm
funny?"
not sure what that is.
You know, so I mean, texting is not a good way to handle situations.
No.
However, let me ask you this question, Lori: If you have, if you're trying to reconcile your friendship, and the person, you keep telling the person, let's sit down and talk, but they refuse because they want to get everything out in text because they feel like that's the best thing to do.
For them.
How would you handle it? Well, I mean, and this is, you know,
can't
and
force anybody to open up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess all of this is gonna be case by case. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like it depends on how bad you want that relationship. You know, like I think somebody has to be the mature person. Like, if this person is only texting, like, maybe you could be the mature person that they're not ready. Like, I can tell they want to talk because they're talking. Because if they was done with you, it wouldn't be no texting. It wouldn't be anything. Like, you'll just be blocked and done. You know. So I think one person has to be the mature person. Like, let's just give it some time. Maybe we got to do these little silly texts. I've done that. Like, I like your picture. Me liking your picture means if
We're still good.
flashing, that goes a long way.
Right,
Oh,
right.
You like my picture? Okay.
You still here.
Yeah, it might be 2 weeks from then we can get a comment under the picture. You know, like, sometimes you gotta go slow. Depends on what happens. You know, I mean, it's sad, but that's the day we living in. You know,
Yep.
it's
you know what's
stupid.
weird? Because every conversation becomes a text message.
Yeah.
It doesn't even become a phone call. You can't
Is
even
it,
pick up the
is
phone
it
and talk
weird
to somebody on
though
the
when
phone.
people will talk to you on Facebook and Instagram, but then
Is
they
that
act like
in
they don't know you in
person?
public?
I've heard about
Just
that.
saying.
I've
I've
heard about
had that happen. But I'm like you. I'm like, oh, so you can talk to me yesterday on the internet, but not in person. Okay.
No, I'm too in your face. Like, you talk to me on the internet, or, you know, I'll be like, oh, hey, you know.
I'm like, oh Lord, Jesus, you saw me.
Hey, we're friends on there. You talk to me on there. You comment on my stuff. I'm gonna notice you when you're out, and I'm gonna say hi.
You're not. We've been in elevators with people you notice, and you just be like, oh, so they don't know me now?
No.
But it
Thank you.
Wait. Time out.
Flag on the plane.
But
say
she
in general.
might be, in her defense, she might
I
not
would
be
be like-
wanting to be bothered. regardless.
No, but
Right.
I'm thinking the person if you're talking about, I was like, is that the same person? And then I get a message afterwards, hey, were you in the elevator? That's the only, you know what I mean? It wasn't me. Now the next time I see the person,
Don't be doing
because
that to
sometimes on social
Rude.
media,
Do what you want to do. It's your life.
you know. But I'll always acknowledge somebody if I, sorry, I mean I.
Back to
the topic. I can say if I can notice them around the public,
I
but
have a thought on her topic though. You know what's really interesting to me is that a lot of what you're saying is emotional.
Yeah,
like it's an emotional response.
Mm-hmm.
My first thoughts are not emotional. Like my first thoughts about what's going on are like, you having a bad day, or it's that time of month, or you've been arguing, you hungry? Like you know what I mean? Like I have so many thoughts. I have so many thoughts before I'm offended by what you're doing. But if you go back, like let's go back to like offended, like can we give a scenario, just a random scenario, so I can understand? Like I want to give you a good thought process on how I would handle like.
I have a scenario, but I feel like the person could be watching, and I.
But this is a good.
We can either take the scenario, or you can make a different one that's close to it.
Right. All right.
You're in a safe space.
Hypothetically
Speaking.
mm-hmm. Let's say you have a girlfriend,
Mm-hmm.
good person, great person, great person,
Love them to death. Okay.
and every time you see your phone ring and their name comes up, you immediately know there's a need.
Mm-hmm.
It's not.
We all got them people.
Yeah, it's not gonna be a like.
unfortunately,
You got one person. You don't have.
I am that person to Nikki, but listen.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
So this offends you.
My
You're like, wow, I thought we were friends, but really I'm your bank or I'm your need meter. That's what I really am to you. And that. So you sit down with the person, like I say, have a conversation. I forget who said it. You sit down with the person several times and have the conversation. Says, this makes me feel like crap.
Mm-hmm.
That the only time you think to reach out is when you're in need.
Mm-hmm.
And so, with that person knowing how that makes you feel, they continue to do it. Like to me, I almost want to say slide a hay in there sometimes, like just to
slide a hay.
Like
yes.
You understood how that. Okay, so the person keeps doing it. You keep feeling like crap because you're supposed to be in a friendship, but it's a.
What is the friendship based off of?
So that's what it is. So you realize.
So are you in a friendship?
No, but you realize that you're not in a friendship. So fast forward, you decide, okay, I'm gonna reposition this person. I don't hate them. I'm offended because you know how this makes me feel, and you keep doing. I mean, this is a mild situation,
right?
We could
but it's good because I want to be able to really give a good.
We could think of grander things, mild cancer, but I'm keeping it mild. So you distance yourself, you reposition that person to where they deserve to be, in your life or whatever. And time goes by and you forgive them and you moving on and you're like, you know what, I kind of miss them. Like we did have some fun. Like, should I let them back in? Only to maybe like see a post or something that says something like, just knowing that they're in that same mindset, like, nobody ever helped me, and
that's what I was gonna say. It sounds like this person has a habitual issue.
Yeah, like you say you're a friend and you got money, and I got a bill. But the Bible say you're supposed to help.
You know what I think about things like this? A lot of times, have you ever met those children that they're like, oh, they're so little, and they're, oh, my back hurt, my neck hurt, and you're like, you ain't nothing hurting on you, but you hear your mother or your father say it so much, it becomes your statement. I feel like this is somebody who has been brought up in that type of atmosphere, and this is who they are. And no matter what they're saying, doesn't mean they're going to get anything. That's just who they are. They're going to be complainers and requesters forever. You know what I mean? And if you like them as your friend, you accept them for who they are, and you just
so
be
what
like,
does accepting mean? Accepting means
you can ask all day, and I'll be like, nope.
Okay,
You want to come up with a plan?
Okay, so when you do that, when you do that, and then they become offended because it's like, I know you had it. Why wouldn't you help me? You see that I'm in need.
Here's the thing about being offended. You don't have to worry about somebody else's offense on what you shared if you know you came from the right place.
Right.
But they felt like they came from the right place.
No, they didn't.
No, they didn't. They know they didn't.
Well, if
you just pick a scenario that
telling me no,
You're
right on out the door.
You're right, this hypothetical situation.
This hypothetical situation.
My back be like, your stuff ain't right. Come back when you get it straight.
Okay. Right. In general, like, I'm not offended because, You know, I'm not gonna be offended. It's my choice to be offended.
Yes.
Like, you guys try to
It's
offend
your
me all
choice
the
to
time.
say
What do
no.
I do? What do I do? Like,
You come right back, girl.
or I laugh. Like, it's just silly to me.
Like,
That
that's easy
because
for
I know
you.
that's
your personality.
It's not about being easy though. No, I choose. It's not. I promise. There were so many times you could ask my family.
Zoom in on my face.
There's so many times though you could ask my family. I used to be very sensitive, but I had to really ask myself, well, what's the problem here? The only person who's mad is you. Okay, so why are you mad? Do you accept it? I don't accept it, so. Okay, well, we're just talking then. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand you. Like, you feel bad for their offense, that they're feeling offended now?
I'm just confused. Like,
how do you have the nerve to be?
yeah.
I work
Like,
so hard.
my
How
thing
come
is
you don't work
like,
hard?
how much giving do I have to do before you, like,
Acknowledge the fact that I have helped you.
Why can't you be friends without giving?
that's a good, maybe that's next week. Would that be next week's topic?
I'm just saying, like, just don't give. And if that is your friend, they will remain.
And
So,
if they get offended by you not giving to them because they're asking you for help or because they just asked, they'll weed themselves out. That's not really a friend. Do you know what I mean? If they want to get mad about it, guess what? Then you go on another week or two without talking to them. They come back again and ask, you are not giving it to
Have
them.
they paid you back?
Hypothetically, that's probably what happened.
Oh,
But let me tell you this, what's funny about it is, I always think about this with women.
Why are you so funny?
If it was a guy and you said you weren't married and this was a guy and you were dating him and he was acting this way, you'd have no problem figuring out what you would do. Why is it so difficult,
I don't
women
know,
to
some
women?
No, some women deal with a lot of crap with guys.
Right.
Like, they keep
No,
letting
they do, but there are women that'll be like, you know, it's easier to drop a guy and try to find a new guy than to drop a girlfriend.
You know
Yeah,
what?
that's-
That's,
I
you know
feel
what?
like
And that's
that's
why I
true
staged
in
the
a lot.
question the way I did, because I feel like we do have those levels of grace. That's why I said family, relationships, and friends. Like, 'cause if I had just said relationship, we probably would have done before we was done. You know,
Right.
You know, and then but to that point, still some women will tolerate stuff for years and know
Yes.
they're being used, and but just to have somebody.
Right.
to
One
do
of the
it.
things I do think that is very important that a lot of people just don't do, and I see it every day, you don't give people time to show you who they are. Don't be the giver in the beginning. Don't say, hey, oh, you don't got it, let's go out to eat. Oh, if you don't got it, okay, well, let's go
You
for a
teach
walk.
people.
You teach people, yeah.
Yes.
And we was talking. So if you, I'm a good person. Like, I sense people. Like, I just do. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I sense you. I sense you
Miss
because
Eva.
I'm not in a hurry to be your friend. I'm not in a hurry to be your friend.
Right.
You know what I mean?
right.
Because I have
You
friends.
don't play by yourself. You
I
could.
will all day. You got that right. You got that
Play
right.
by
Look, the
yourself.
storm last year, I was in the house 3 days by myself. Didn't tell nobody. Okay? Like, I will. I like being by myself. And I know everybody doesn't like that. And I know friends are important to people and closeness is important. But at the end of the day, like, you really have to give that person time to because I bet you if you never had done anything and you just kind of sat back and watched. Hypothetically. Like, I can't even say it hypothetically. No.
This is all made up.
Yeah. Yeah. You probably would have been like, she funny. Like, you would have seen that person asking somebody else for stuff. You would have saw those posts and been like, that's not cool. That's not cool. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I mean, we all see these things and hear these things and come across these people. You know what I mean? And it's just a matter of how quickly did you jump in and enjoy yourself before you realized, I don't even like you. This goes for relationships too. You know,
All relationships.
all relationships. Like, take your time. Like, if it's meant to be, it will be. So, who's in a rush? Like, let me see you. I want to see you. I want to see. And then there are friends that will come into your life that are they possess so much of what it is you as a person need from a friend.
But you know, I think sometimes it seems that way up front. You know, even friendships, relationships. I think that's why people jump so hard and so quick. People get married quickly because it just seems so perfect. Like, you have so many things in common. You know,
We're all good in nature.
Yeah, like, you know,
we want the good out of it.
Yeah, you just naturally, just gravitate to each other, and it just feels right away. And it makes you kind of put all of your red flags or your guards like to the back because.
My dad calls
I'm
them.
because what you know.
My dad calls them love glasses.
Right,
You can't
right.
see anything to the left or the right.
Blinders.
We call it-
It makes you
I
put
call
all
them horse
all that to the
goggles.
back until
They're called blinders.
Yes, they are.
Horse goggles. We're just gonna go swimming.
I wish I could flash it on the screen. Horse goggles. That's funny. But I think love in whatever form, whether it's relationship, friendship, whatever, it makes you want to believe in the person, you know, that makes you go hard, you know, and, you know, I think I can just speak about myself. I think I'm a perfect example of what I call 50-50. I enjoy my own company. You know, I can be by myself for days on end. I love me. I love my company. And I'm very social too. Like I like dressing alike and doing a group thing and let's go on a road trip together. And you know, I like that too. You know, and I really like a good girlfriend. You know, that you can confide in and talk to. I like all of that. You know, so I don't feel like I need one more than the other. But when I'm put in a situation where I feel like a relationship or a friendship is progressing, I give it my all. I don't know how not to. You know, I'll be 42 Saturday.
Woohoo! Happy birthday!
Happy
At almost
birthday.
42 years old, I'm just learning how to put people in the position that they deserve in my life. You know, I'm learning that everybody doesn't have to be this close to me. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad that it has taken this long in my life to learn that, but I just go hard for friendship.
You dying tomorrow?
Right?
Devil is loud again. I'm sticking around here, honey. I'm sticking around.
As long as you get it.
Yeah, but you know, I'm just like, I've had to learn, like you said, make them show you that they deserve. Well, that's how I heard you say it. Make them show you that they deserve.
Well, you don't even have to make them show you. I believe that everybody shows you how they want to be treated by the way they treat you.
Yeah, I agree with that. I guess the reason why I faced it that was because I don't see if they don't in the situation.
This is a light bulb.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, no, go ahead.
In a lot of the situations that I have been in friendships, they don't.
They show a facade.
Yeah, well, I don't even want to call it a facade. But like we just go hard. We hang a lot. We go. You know, it's just like really.
I think in that situation, you're not evaluating yourself like the friend you're being. You're gonna. I know you. You're the good friend. You're being a good friend up front. And you haven't seen them. You haven't seen them. You know what I mean? Like,
and it's okay to keep people
as
as
love. It's okay to love people, and it's okay to love people like that. I get it.
Yeah.
But some people like.
I'm like, what do I listen to? I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You know how we do. No. Like, but some people like. I don't know. What? Good. Can you hear her? Like, some people though, like if you weren't the friend that you were, you know, like, cause you're the one that, like, I have to say, you love to do stuff, you love to go out and just be busy, and it's great, and you will find people that want to do that, all these fun things with you, but if you watch them, you're gonna find out they don't do it like you do it, and in order to do it like you do it, you need to find like friends to do it like you do it, and if you don't, you're gonna sometimes end up with a little baggage.
People are learning too.
Oh yeah.
We just don't know.
And we're teaching
where.
them. That we're teaching them.
And not everybody that you're friends with, you could be friends with them and they could be just acquaintances. I used to do so much for so many people's children that I wasn't close with. You know, they were my girlfriends, but you know what I mean? I would buy them gifts for their birthdays and stuff like that because I love to buy people gifts. I love to be that friend to everybody. And I had to learn that I can't be that friend to everybody. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's okay that they could be an acquaintance. If they're not showing me the same in return and being there for me or anything like that, because, you know, checking on me, saying hello or anything, you know, then it's okay to have them as an acquaintance.
That's a good point.
They're still a friend, but they're an acquaintance.
So what I heard you say was like being mutual.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I guess this kind of segues into another little situation. Is like sometimes you have to be careful that looking for that mutualness doesn't make you bitter or not be who you are. You know what I'm saying?
Right, you can be who you are as a person.
Very true.
So with the example that you said about like just being a giver and like buying, and I'm sure you enjoyed doing it. It didn't feel like a burden. So it's like when you notice that the person is not mutually doing it back for you, what you love to do, being a giver, you stop doing, you hold back because it's like.
It's not that because I don't expect anybody to buy gifts or anything like that. Right. I just appreciate a friendship. So if I'm not getting a friendship back in return, then I know some type of friendship. You know what I mean? Even if it's to go grab lunch every now and again. I mean, not everybody has the ability to do things every single day or every single weekend or every year. But I mean, I talked to some girlfriends that it'll be 6 months from now and we'll go grab lunch or whatever. And it's like right where we left off. But then there's some that's like,
let's do it.
And I never hear from them, but those are the ones that I stop.
I'm that girlfriend
too. No, I stopped reaching out to them, and not in that way. I'll still check on you. I'll still say hi, how are you? but I'm not going
Not
to
because I don't
continue
wanna
to
do it.
offer, hey, let's go grab lunch, let's go grab dinner or anything like that, but I'm still going to care about your well-being.
I love what
Oh,
you
yeah.
said about, if you, like, so I have to say it the way I hear it. So if you're showing your love by, I'm just using an example, gifts, giving gifts, whatever, but the person is not financially in a position to give that back to you, but they can show you that they love you and they're your friend in another way.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. And
Yes.
I feel like
Yes.
that's fine. Like in the hypothetical scenario, I feel like the person hypothetically felt like, oh, you want me to buy you something because you bought me. No, just call me and say, like, I'm the
Check
check
on
friend.
me,
Like,
right?
hey, text me.
We don't give to get in return.
Right.
Not buy with a
We
croissant.
give open-handedly because at the
You
end of
could've
the
made
day,
it.
you don't want something back in return other than a friendship. Like a friendship, that's what friends do. She might buy me all the stuff in the world, but I might not be able to buy anything back from her, but I still can offer my friendship to
Right.
You
her.
know what my friendship is like too? My friendship is kind of like, so you out here living a life that you can't afford, you know what I'm saying? And you need, and you want everybody to give to you. We'll be right back.
Keep talking.
My friendship will make me look at you and
Technical difficulties.
right, technical difficulties.
That just threw everything
She said-
off.
she
Like,
said, keep
sorry,
talking.
guys.
Keep talking. Your
No,
friendship will do what?
But my friendship will make me look at you and teach you that, okay, you're living beyond your means, and that is
You
that's
gotta keep
not
it real, like keep it real.
right.
friend.
That's not our friendship. Like
Mention at the will.
we just need to text sometimes and just say how you doing. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like
Yeah, you teach people how to treat you. But
Right,
that's-
right.
Yeah, I agree
And
100%.
relationships will go through different
but you definitely
things.
yeah.
Yeah.
At one point,
stages.
we were like we were seeing each other every day. We worked together. Then I only saw you when you did my hair.
Yes.
Then I had the kids. Like there were so many
Many differences.
transitions.
I think
Yeah,
this is
same with us.
stable.
When I first met her, it was same. Like I
And
was,
she cut me off.
I was, I didn't cut you off.
You know what? There's a thing though. I love a
didn't cut
little
her off.
abuse in my
I
friendship.
didn't-
That's how the
I
people
didn't
that
cut her
abuse me
off.
stay
I
the
just,
longest.
prime example. I didn't cut her off. I just stopped asking her to do things because
She
everything
got
was always a
married.
no.
Okay, she forgets.
Oh,
she's-
just life changes.
Yeah, life changes.
No,
Exactly.
yeah, life does change,
Yeah.
but it doesn't. But look,
It didn't
we're
change the
still,
friendship.
You know what I
It
mean?
didn't
Right.
change the
No.
friendship
Right.
because that's what it's about. Like
Yeah.
at the end of the day, we didn't have to hang out every day. We did check on each other during those times,
Of
you know,
course.
and we caught up, and it was good information, meaty, hearty. Are you doing okay? Do you need anything? Is there anything that that we can do? Like I know you're not gonna be able to make it to this, but like even like simple things, like not even excuse me, not even with this friendship.
That's my water over there. I think you opened this.
Not even with just
What's her?
any of these friendships. Say for instance, you have a friend that has a baby. You might not have money to buy them a gift. You know what I'm saying? You can make them a meal. Do you know they can't get up and make a
Oh
meal?
my God!
You know
yes.
how thankful they are.
Or
You
even
know, like
check on them
yes.
to give them a breather or something of that effect, So everybody out there, if you have friendships to mend or you have an apology to say to somebody and want that person back in your life as your friend, do it. What do you have to lose?
right.
The fact that they don't accept your apology, so be it. They don't accept your apology, but at least you did what you needed to do for you and to try and get that friendship back.
And that may be family. That may be
Yeah, anything.
And I almost want to say relationships, but not to rekindle. Like if you broke up with somebody and that season was over, but you need to apologize. Like that's two different things. Like you have to know that the apology does not, and that's why I kind of put the question out there the way that I did. The apology does not always mean you are now back in your position in my life. Then that's just my opinion. I just feel like sometimes, the apology needs to happen, for healing or whatever, for the person to be able to get out of a stuck place or whatever the case may be. But it does not always. Now, if you guys can have a conversation or whatever and rekindle and life goes on and happily ever after, great. But it's not mandatory. You know what I'm saying? It's not
But
Right.
even the ones that don't won't apologize, or you're still waiting for an apology, and you'll wait 10 years from it. Ooh, to move on for yourself, forgive that person for you to move on. It's not forgiving them for everything they've done to you. It's forgiving them for you to be able to move on and put closure past it, because some people you'll never hear from ever again, and that's okay.
And sometimes
Totally
it's just
okay.
a blessing.
Yeah.
You know what I learned a long time ago, and you guys can fight in the comments, but I heard a preacher once say that there's no such word as unforgiveness. You can't unforgive forgive. Either you do or you don't.
Yeah.
Or either you have or you have not forgiven yet. It's like you can't unforgive. So we at my church we started saying it's the lack of forgiveness. It's the lack of forgiveness. We just stopped using the word altogether. It's like, oh, that's the lack of forgiveness. Like we just identified that's what it was or whatever. And I was like, that makes so much sense because how can you once you forgive it's done. Like because if you go back to that hurt place and you didn't forgive in the first place, you know what I'm saying? So
you won't be hurting and give grace. I think that's a big thing to do in life is show grace to a lot of people. A lot of people need it.
We need it ourselves. Good Lord, Jesus.
I have a question since we're talking about like apologizing and things like that. I don't think I'm like not a huge apologizer. I'm a huge communicator, and sometimes you said that apologizing is for yourself, correct?
Apologizing for yourself, forgiving
for yourself.
Yes. Not apologizing.
Yeah. Okay, because I was thinking for a minute. I was like,
you should apologize if you absolutely truly mean it. And some people will apologize just to.
Yeah,
I don't want to hear nothing.
I was gonna say I wouldn't do it just to not hear anything else, but sometimes I realize like I might have to apologize.
Keep talking.
I might need to apologize for you, even though I don't 100% agree. But I see that you need that. You need that. Yes. You need that comfort. So, but here's my thing. I found that if you don't apologize for what that person is 100% upset about, it doesn't do anything for them. Yeah. It doesn't do anything for them.
The apology that says, forgive me for anything that I've done to you.
Right. That's me. Because I'll always be like, I didn't mean to offend you. I didn't mean to say that to you. You know what I mean?
I hate those.
I'll be like, what are you apologizing for? And that's when you hone in and be like, what are you apologizing for?
But in some parts of it,
for what you really need to apologize, they're just apologizing just to apologize.
Some parts of it, I feel like when I'm saying that is when I'm looking at you, I don't 100% get why you're so upset. So the best thing I could do is offer that apology from sincerity, but I don't click yet. It hasn't clicked for me on exactly where you've been burned at by
So
me.
maybe you need more conversation. Maybe it's not time.
But like you said, like some people are maybe not giving that or something. Right. So I'm just like, I will say this apology and I'll continue to be your friend. And eventually I feel like we'll come back to that conversation. So
I'm gonna hear this a million times. I'm the sensitive one. I'm working. I'm writing a book. Stay tuned. But for a person with my personality, I need you to understand. I need you to feel. It's more like I was telling my husband one day. I was like, it's not really the apology. It's like I want you to feel me. I want you to. So if you say, "Oh, I'm sorry that made you feel like that," or if you felt that way, I'm sorry. We ain't connected. You haven't. Right. You have not identified and felt what that made me feel. When I can say it or we can talk about it in a way where you're like, dang, that sucked. I shouldn't have did that, or what? I see how that made you feel. Mm-hmm. Now I'm free because you got it.
But you also some people takes it forever. You have to. But I love that there are many teachers because to me, all three of you can tell me the same thing differently about one thing. One of you, I'm going to understand it.
Right.
But you also can't get upset with the person if they don't understand why you feel that way. Until they can get it. Until a deeper conversation because at the end of the day, what is that?
The bass.
I'm like
reveille.
Yeah.
Oh, it sounds like a horn.
It is.
The bass is like right there.
The bass is like right there. The Navy bass. I'm like the bass. No, that's not a bass in the car. Okay, one moment. No, but you like what I'm saying. All I thought about was when that thing was going off that a rooster was gonna come out and start
Who has a rooster?
Okay, so I don't know. That's what I thought about. Those cartoons. Anyway, so I'm not saying that.
Oh my God, colors.
When someone,
yes.
I'm so now
apologies. True feelings.
Right, if someone's apologizing, but they don't necessarily understand why you feel that way, you can't get upset with them because they don't understand your feelings until you have more conversation with them.
That's true. That's communication.
Yes. I was just going to say perception, because perception is kind of ugly. No matter how we feel about ourselves, how other people see us is so different.
Completely, yeah.
Because when I tell you, I'm verbal, so when I say to you, I really mean this, my intention is this way, you have to understand that I'm not as emotional,
right?
And I'm not caring. I'm just processing differently. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you have to also know who you're dealing with.
Of course.
On apology sometimes. So you want a sincere apology, you have to already know, man, we have that type of closeness or friendship And I know that even though she's not giving me, or he's not giving me the apology that I need, their heart is in the right place, so I can still accept it because they would not intentionally want to hurt me or upset me.
Because everybody.
And sometimes that's why I get through a lot of things differently, because I'm like, I know that's a good person. Like, I know that's a good person. Like, they might be saying, even if you said something ugly to me, I'm like, she tripping. You know what I'm saying? Like,
she's just having a moment.
Yes, because that's a good person. Right. You know, like, so I don't have to overthink.
I think that goes back to what I said in the beginning. Some people are great people, but they're not good friends.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
You know, so does that excuse the behavior in the friendship? If they're a great person,
but some people want to be like people to me anyway. They probably ain't friends.
Some people are also learning.
And people process things differently than others, for sure.
And when you start out doing something that's fresh and new, you ain't good at it.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Girl, please. I'm just kidding.
And every person I know, friend or not, we could have done some.
Right. Okay.
Right. We could have done some really fun things together, but that doesn't make you my best friend. It doesn't make you. It doesn't make. What? How do they say? What you should eat? How does it go?
What I eat
doesn't make you go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you. That. So it doesn't always affect me the way that it might affect them, because they're taking my friendship or my time with them more serious than I did.
That's true.
Right.
And I think that's a good point, because that could be misleading too. Because if you're in a relationship with a guy, and he's always calling you and hanging out, what would you think? You wouldn't think
he was getting married next week.
Right. Yes, bro.
Are we talking from
experience? You would think that you're being invested. Right? You would think that you're being invested into.
Unless there was a conversation.
But the conversation is still friendship or a relationship. If that's the case, you know what I mean. Not just, hey, let's go kick it with the boys. Okay, but that's friendship still. So I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, I don't know.
Friendship could be friendship,
levels,
or it could be like it's levels to everything.
Yes, definitely. And everybody's on different levels.
Yeah. And there's different levels of friendship. That's for sure.
And then you have to factor in a person's background. What they. I think
what they've
one
been
of our
through,
homework assignments was like, what's a friend? What is friendship to you? We may all say 4 totally different things about what we, would require from a friendship or expect, or what it's just different. And
everybody loves different.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Do you want to open it up to the viewers on any questions that they have, or
give it to us?
Tanya said, of course, hey ladies, hey Tanya. When are you having a studio audience?
You are the studio audience.
Yes, the viewers.
What do you think you're doing, Tanya?
You are kids. What do you think, Tanya? What's your opinion on this situation? This topic?
Wait for that to come up. Lewis, my brother, said, damn, looking amazing ladies.
You're amazing.
Uncle Louie.
And then the one and done, Melanie Hughes says, hi.
Hey, Melanie. Hey, Mel.
And Dania says, colors.
Who's got me? My colors? Is that what we talking about?
I'm not. She just said colors.
Explain what you're talking about, because I don't want to take credit for something that ain't. She might be like,
What are colors in your house?
Oh.
Thank you. So funny.
Explain.
All right, guys, we're opening up for you guys to ask any questions or to chime in regards to what Lori's topic is about that she discussed or we have been discussing this entire time.
So if you chimed in late and you didn't really hear the topic and you kind of trying to use context clues to figure out what we're talking about, I'll give you the short of it. It's basically if you've been offended, whether it's relationship, friendship, or family, you've chosen to forgive. Does that person still have the right to a space in your life? Do you have to welcome them back into, Or,
I thought that's what you were talking about.
Yeah.
The music, colors, your own bass. That's what it is.
See, that's right.
I call it taps, but that's not what it is.
Dania?
That's why I had to ask her. I was kind of popping my collar and whatnot to me. Thank you. I told you about my colors.
The horns are colors. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Although, being around military for the last 19 years,
right? We should know that. Right?
I thought it was a rooster. Let's be clear. Nikki thought it was a rooster.
I had no idea. I just thought, or it could have been like the ice cream man coming by with that.
He does come out like that.
Some people have horns like that.
Till you
never know.
You had the real ice cream truck.
Don't be quiet.
Shall I talk about the one thing really quick until we get questions?
Yeah.
I also wanted to put out there, my friends Sharon and Noel, they own the Royal Courtyard. And
where's that located at?
Virginia Beach, off of Virginia Beach Boulevard, and I don't know that you'll see it says the Royal Courtyard. It's between Rosemont and what's the dealer? That dealership one? I forgot that side road. Yeah, the Nissan dealer. So
Bonnie?
Is it Bonnie?
Okay.
Yeah, but that's over that way. Anyways, it's right off of Rosemont on Virginia Beach Boulevard. It's called the New Royal Courtyard. They're actually Noah's wedding venue, apparently in Chesapeake, is closing down. There's a lot of couples that are getting married that have their dates out, and it closes the end of this month, and so they're not able to get any of their money back, I'm guessing, or something of that sort, because they're closing down. So all these couples are basically out of their wedding date and their deposits. So the Royal Courtyard, Sharon and Noel are opening this up to a free, I believe, complimentary wedding package for the couples that have been affected. So if you are one of those couples, please contact Sharon at the New Royal Courtyard, and I could put I'll put the number in the comments, but you can also Google the Royal Courtyard, and it's off Virginia Beach Boulevard. I don't know the actual address, but ask for Sharon.
Sharon and Noel, that's very, very sweet of you. That's amazing. That's amazing.
I know those brides are like in a panic.
And I think she's on Wavy. I think she said she's on Wavy 10 at 6. She was on Wavy 10 talking about it as well. So I think that was an awesome thing that they did for the couples that were affected, because Lord knows, you plan your date, you plan your wedding, and then all of a sudden you find out your venue's closing, and then you can't even get your deposit. That would have turned anybody's world upside down.
For sure. So definitely.
Well, thank you for doing that. That's great. That's really amazing.
Thank you. We have any comments? Guys, we're going to ask you guys for shout out your city. Last week we had so much love from all over. Shout out your city. Let us know where you are watching from. Who invited you? Which one of these girlfriends?
Are you a girlfriend?
Yeah, are you a girlfriend? And we got some really fun stuff coming up. Sunny's going to tell you about a challenge that she created, and we're going to get that started. So you want to go ahead and share the challenge?
Yes, I'm really excited about this. I will be posting this, I think, tomorrow, but it is the We Are Better Together challenge. You can pick anyone that you want to do the challenge with. It could be you and your husband, your sister, your kids, your best friend, and you pick the challenge. I, myself, have picked a challenge with my sister, and we're going to do a 90-day fitness challenge.
Nice.
Yes, I'm very excited. And, that's my sister. We've been sisters forever. So to say that we are better together is everything. So I'm really excited. I've already got an update from her, what she's finished on her fitness list today. She got mine from last night, and I got to do the rest of mine, when I leave here. But I'm really excited, and I want to see you challenge other couples or other sisters or other friends to get involved and do better together. You can do things like go clean up neighborhoods. We're better together, and we form this group. You can do things, whether it's fitness. You can do things, whether it's you wanted to take a class that you didn't take, and you're going to take it together, and you're going to accomplish that. You could learn how to invest together. Just anything that really, 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 that person is something special in your life, and together you accomplish great things, and share it with us. Keep us posted, weekly. I would love to hear from you. It really touches my heart to see people care enough to do something together, because a lot of times you're always thinking, oh, I got so much to do, I do this all by myself, don't nobody want to help me, and whatever the case is, like we're going to be like what they did in school when we were little. You're going to sit next to each other, you're going to get it done. You know what I mean? And you're going to see the results. So right now, this is what you see. You see that big old hip? It's not going to be there in 90 days, though. Okay?
I like it. This is what I want you guys to do. # We're Better Together in the comments, and at the person that you want to do it with. Go ahead and scroll down to the comments now. At the person that you are dragging into this with you.
Yes.
But they'll love to support you and see you, succeed or whatever. Or somebody that you, on the flip side, want to help them with something. At them and put the # We're Better Together.
And our girlfriends will be doing it. However, we got 2 that are very busy right now, so they're not doing it right now. But I'm going to call you out, though.
I already have my thing.
You have your thing? You ready to start?
Mine is health, too, so I'll be right there with you.
Okay.
Who's your person?
Who's your person?
Ooh.
Who you might be together with?
I don't know. I got a few people I can be together with. And I don't know.
Can you do more than one person?
You can do as many people as you would like, honestly, as long as you all have the same goal and reach the goal and stay committed.
Yeah. Really quick,
make it fun.
I'm gonna also, the Royal Courtyard address is 329 Birchwood Park Drive. Phone number 757-431-0045. Thank you to Sharon. That is Philip's mom, not the other Sharon. So we appreciate it. Also, there's a message from Leslie. Leslie, don't ever apologize for a long comment. We appreciate it. We welcome it. She said, I missed the topic, but I see we have talked about friendship. This hits home right now. How about loving a friend unconditionally? I have a friend who has completely cut me off because she thinks I haven't put in the effort she has. For example, calling or visiting as much as her. I admit I have not called but messaged daily. She knows I don't like talking on the phone. And I can't visit as we have teens who have responsibilities and depend on us. This has blindsided me and I considered her my best friend. What are your thoughts?
Ooh,
You talking about me?
That sounds so
You ain't
hypothetical.
talking about me. No, I'm just kidding.
I say the same thing. Like you don't have to give up being her friend. Keep going at it and keep letting her know I'm thinking about you. You know, I know I'm busy. I know you're busy. And hopefully, when these kids get to a certain age, we can catch up more. You know, like
and hopefully your friend hopefully she understands. I don't know if she has kids that are teenagers as well. Some people don't understand because they don't have the same
dynamics.
Responsibilities or the same dynamics at home.
you said earlier,
So
they're just
I don't
still
have any
learning.
kids, but it doesn't stop me from reaching out. You know, all my girlfriends back home have kids, and I go down there once a year. For example, they have not come up here, nor can they get up here because they do have kids. But I am the single one with no kids that I can go down there. Am I going to get mad at them because they can't come visit me? I would love for them to come to Virginia to see everybody and to see how Virginia is up here because being in Miami, Florida, you have a different way of things down there. But I'm not going to get hurt by them and I'm not going to cut them off. For example, and we all know, and one of my best friends down there, Bertha, when I come down to visit, we don't always get to spend time together because she has 2 teenagers that are constantly in sports and in school. And at first, it offended me. At first, I was like, I'm down visiting. Why can't she come see me?
Right.
And it hurt my feelings. But I was able to speak to her about it. And I understand that she has kids and she can't do everything that I'm doing. She can't always have the time. She's a single mother that's working. So I had to kind of, understand where she's coming from as well. But it doesn't change our friendship.
Yeah.
I love them to death.
Yeah.
Just don't give up on her. Don't give up on her.
I'm
Yes,
gonna call
don't
out.
give up on your friend.
Oh
at
no,
all.
don't do that. I'm gonna call out Krishan right now. She called me out straight up.
Oh.
You haven't called me. You haven't responded to my messages.
Oh.
Hardcore. I was like, she right. I considered her a friend.
Yeah.
And so I let her know that I didn't feel bad about that and that I was grateful that she did. That she didn't go on being upset or hurt.
Right, to bring it to your attention. Right, you
Right.
Right.
And I try to do better.
A conversation can fix a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and be a big girl about it.
Like a real, I'm not listening to you because I feel the way I feel.
Right.
A conversation where we're trying to I want to understand what you're saying. I want you to understand what I'm saying. And, and if we got to go back and forth maybe days, weeks, until we get it.
And I understood that where she was coming from.
Right.
She wasn't trying to hurt my feelings.
Right.
We have another one from Dania. She said, I didn't catch the whole show, but I love the dynamic between all of you, so kudos. Thank you. So I think everyone has their own idea of friendship, so it can be hard to navigate through the chaos. I say communicate as much as possible and then turn the page if needed. People are there for seasons and reasons. Life is short. And then she's living in Atlanta, by the way, Virginia Beach, by the way, Bronx, New York. Lori is my folk. What happened? She said, Lori is my folk. Hey girl, hey to you.
Don't you?
It's Dania.
Oh, Dania. Okay, and I apologize. I would pronounce your name all wrong, but so I apologize.
She probably knew right away.
Another one from Vicky Brigman. Hey Sarah. How I handle family members who offend me. I basically keep my distance, and the thing is, people be thinking you are being mean or bitter when you're just trying to keep from being hurt again. And that's Vicky from Memphis.
Hey, Vicky.
And we know that I'm going to say this to you, Vicky from Memphis. Stop being so sensitive. We get our feelings hurt. We got to get back up. This is your family, okay? If you love them, talk about it. Figure it out. Go back in. We can't hide from our feelings and getting hurt all the time.
And hurt people will hurt
maybe there's something going on there,
Yeah.
you know?
Yep.
You just got called out on a challenge,
Yes,
girl.
Miss Cynthia. Yes, she says, I got you. I'll start a fitness challenge with you. I love the accountability. Great job, ladies. We need more of this iron.
We are better together, Cynthia.
Yes,
Thank
yes,
you.
yes.
Love it.
Any other comments? Where's everybody from? We got Memphis, Atlanta,
We
New
got
York.
Missouri, but Colorado native.
Yes, that was Leslie.
I know Sarah's gonna say Virginia.
Okay.
She's
Yeah.
out in Norfolk.
Okay.
Cynthia's a Philly girl, but she.
Oh, my
lives here
family's in
Beach.
Missouri, whoever that was.
Yeah.
Tell myself what's up.
Good stuff. Good stuff. I know we talked a lot about friendships, but this goes just in any relationship, family, friends, your boo, your boyfriend, they, whatever.
Your boo.
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
It's kind of just it's a love
No.
thing, you know. It's a love.
There's no rules on her. Or
Okay.
him.
Yeah, everybody loves differently, so you know, you just sometimes you like Sonny said, you can't handle it emotionally, and you know, you're gonna see my face because I'm still learning. You know, when she starts talking like, show me some empathy, quit telling me to get over it. You know, but
Don't get over it. Just don't get so hurt. I don't want you to be hurt by it when it's not.
When you say that, I
But
love
the way-
gets in my throat.
The
Like,
way you
could be
process
another album.
it is different than how she processes it. So
And
don't stop processing it the way you process it.
Yeah, no, I need to stop processing the way I process it.
Oh my
Then
goodness.
But you don't need to process it the way I process
But
it.
then-
Girl, that took years to go
Or
that.
just change the way that you process things. You know what I mean? That you can work on that. It's how you let things
I'm working
affect
on
you.
it.
You know what I mean?
I'm working on it. I am definitely working. I'm trying not to be
I mean, I
cuckoo.
used to let everything affect me. I still kind of let everything affect me, but at the end of the day, I mean, I think I've gotten a lot better.
You haven't cried yet one episode. You've done great, and this is
And they thought I was gonna cry
Every
single
episode.
No, only when something touches dear to my heart or something that has hurt me, or you know.
I did too.
You heard it. You heard it.
No, like something that has hurt me, you know, that it was really something that had to really broken my heart, or something that's made me completely happy.
Right.
And like it, you know, animals are my weakness. Animals are my weakness.
Don't talk about it.
so,
Don't do it. She's doing
Oh my
good.
goodness.
So,
Yeah.
oh, Sarah said yes, boring Virginia. No, it's
Oh.
not boring.
That's why we're here. Call your
Boring.
girlfriends in VA. We're trying to shed light on that VA is not
We
boring.
have fun all the time.
I go somewhere every day.
Yeah.
Sarah knows.
She's right.
Sarah's over at my birthday parties. That's Sarah.
Okay.
Sarah knows it's
Hey,
fun.
Sarah with the pretty teeth. I remember you, boo.
So we also have a segment called What's Hot in VA, and we've been kind of just right now we've been just posting a few things that we've done, but we're gonna really start posting some fun stuff like concert, like what's really hot going on. We try to get ahead of it because we've been posting what we've already done, but we're gonna try to get ahead of it because we want to give you guys some stuff to do so that you won't feel like this area is boring. Like if we're planted here and this is where you got to be for a minute, enjoy it. You know,
Especially
And it's a vacation area, period. So there's stuff to do.
Yeah, even in the wintertime. It doesn't have
Right.
to be local. You can still go up to, what is it, Wintergreen that we went to this
Wintergreen,
past, you know?
Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's so much things to do. And, you know, I mean, it's not Miami, but.
Boring.
Yes,
Yes, we're gonna invite you to
Sarah, you
something.
always know that you're welcome.
Yes. Well, Sarah, how about we call you out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Challenge
better
on
to
stop
30
being
days.
boring.
Yeah,
Yes.
30 days. Find you something to do.
Yes.
Yes. That's
Learn to
true.
love your life and where you're at.
Yes.
Right?
As a matter of fact, check back in next Tuesday.
And tell us what you did.
6 p.m. and 6:30 p.m.
What's her name? Like,
Sarah.
No, we gonna write it in the
She
book.
said we need a ladies' night.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
right up her alley. She always
You-
loves ladies'
okay.
night.
Okay.
Sarah,
You ain't ready.
Nothing, baby. This good spread we got over here. This corner y'all can't see.
Right? We about to eat up.
We just had a ladies' night last Thursday.
Yes,
Oh,
we
Yeah.
We did.
They
Yep.
so proud. Let me tell y'all about my girlfriends. Y'all know I'm a sensitive. I ain't gonna keep saying I'm a sensitive one. Y'all gonna have to just know that I'm a sensitive one. And I go hard for my birthday. I don't require nobody to do that for me.
Very
I know
hard.
how much I love myself, and I celebrate. I was just telling somebody today. I celebrate because I'm proud of myself. I celebrate because I love myself. Like it's a lot of reasons why I go so hard for my birthday, and I usually celebrate the whole month. It gets kind of bad. I almost went into October one month, and my husband's like, "No,
Girl, I tried.
no."
Call me out and said, don't
Yeah.
be celebrating your whole birthday.
Right. So
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I don't, so I said all that to say I don't expect anybody to do anything for me. I do it for myself because I love myself. And we got a little spot we go to on Thursday. I ain't gonna get a spot out yet.
Because we don't want everybody there.
Right.
So me and Madam Q have been going kind of regularly or whatever. So she walk in and everything cool. So then Nikki and Sonny who are so busy, and I'm always like, let's hang out, let's do this. And they're like, no, I'm busy. Nikki walks in, and I'm like, don't cry. I was like, where are you supposed to be? She was like, right here. And I'm like, y'all, my heart just, it was like they just gave me $1 million. And then Sunny comes strolling in with balloons and yo, listen, that one fought with me. That one really fought.
She had no idea we planned this for a while.
No idea.
Yeah.
Good job, Kim. Keeping it quiet.
I was like, we should hang out.
She kept asking. Oh, I got too much to do.
But I appreciate that. Like it may have seemed, small, but it went so far.
We had a good time.
We did. We had a great time.
And
those tacos.
I appreciate it so much.
After
I couldn't even find the words to just say how much I meant, because I don't require. Some people will be like, "Where's my birthday gift? Like, where's my stuff?"
Right.
Like, I'm
Let me just say this: she didn't have words, but the smile on her
Yes.
face.
Or this.
Oh my goodness, yes. It was so. It was like it was big. It was like youthful. It was amazing because I don't react like that, so I was just taking it all in. And I was like, she is just loving this.
I kept thinking, like,
Great.
where are they supposed to be right now? I just kept thinking,
That's
what
so
did they
funny.
sacrifice to be here? Like, and it just went far with me. And I appreciate you guys.
Mhm.
You're more than
Thank you
welcome.
so much.
Yeah.
You are.
And I got a
Happy
good
birthday.
gift.
Happy birthday.
I got a good gift.
Sarah's birthday is Thursday.
Yeah.
Hey Sarah, where you going for your birthday?
Yes.
Happy birthday.
Yes,
She said
yes.
work, so she's probably working.
Just like us.
Not that night,
When you
though.
get off.
Yeah.
Sarah, when you get off, you got to go. See.
Yes. Yeah, no, we
But
got
Sarah, I'm gonna have to check my calendar and get back to you.
Cause I think.
She gave up the
Oh.
last Thursday.
Woo!
And I know her. I just saw your teeth one time. It's like we gotta work on that.
Any more comments?
No,
I think that's all.
It's been another lovely evening.
Awesome, guys. I hope that we
Yes.
were able to help you guys in some way. Like Nikki said, if you need to apologize, just go ahead and do it. It may suck, but just do it. But do it from here and really, really mean it. Make that thing right, And if somebody owes you an apology, let it go. Don't even, just let them have it. Give them that grace and say, you know what? They may never say they're sorry, but I'm going to release it.
Yes.
And I'm going to be good. I'm going to be all right. You know what I'm saying?
You'll feel better.
Yep, you'll feel amazing.
Yeah. Be patient with those who apologize differently. As long as
That's a
there's
good conversation.
as long as they really care about you.
That's a good conversation. I can respect that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take that one with me.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
All right.
Well, we love you guys. Thank you so much. See you next Tuesday,
Bon
6:30
voyage.
Eastern Standard Time. So Memphis people, get here at 5:30. All right.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
You won't be here.
Lord, I ain't gonna be here, y'all. I'm gonna be in Punta Cana celebrating, but these ladies will be here and they gonna hold it down. They will
Yes,
hold
we
it
will.
down. All right, love you guys. We're
Love you.
out.
Love you.
We're out.
Bye, guys.